Hello and welcome to another episode of Extreme Science Daily. The Daily Science Podcast. Okay, everyone, I hope everyone is seated and well, doing good, and in the mood for some extreme science knowledge. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all doing fine. I'm your host, ESD, spreading information to you live on the internet daily. So for today's episode, we're going to talk about planets. What do you know about planets? What do you actually already know about planets? Let me guess. Not even that much. So, let me give you an introduction. Planets is round objects in the world. They're basically they're little worlds, and they're round. So why are they round, do you ask me? Well, the answer, of course, lies in physics. Physics, the godmother, the good grandmother of all sciences, going to the deepest level of knowledge about planets and all the different things. So the answer is, why are planets round, is really simple. They're like marbles. Have you ever seen a marble? Have you ever seen a marble that's not round? So there you go. Anyway, planets are like there are many different little planets in the whole space. And with the different space things, they're all going their way. And to really get the picture, to really fully understand what planets is really about, I'm gonna give you a little equation. Because as you know, mathematics it's truly the heart of the nature, and the planets is in the nature. So there you go. Anyway, as I mentioned before, planets are a lot of individual different little worlds. And they're flying through the sky at an enormous rate. It's comparable to a large number of cars driving at the same time. 100 cars at the same time driving is a large speed. It's a very large speed indeed. And so that's how we get to the next topic. Space aliens. Because there's a lot of planets, there's probably space aliens. That's end of the story. And talking about planets to my peers and the ones of lower caste, such as students, attendees of my free of my frequent professional lectures, I remember the story about when I drove in my car. It was fall. The air was cooling down. You started to see the leaves brown. Everything started getting hauled in a darker reddish brown light. And I was driving down the street on the way to a local stationery shop to buy pencils and sticky notes. And I also ran out of ink from my printer that I always use to print different pictures of different computer arts I create and scientific research. And I was driving along at a reasonable pace when I started feeling like I'm a planet, and like I'm a planet racing through the space to the emptiness, the empty space of the outside of the world, very fast. And that was the point where I realized everything I know about planets. And it was wonderful. It was a wonderful feeling, a feeling that not all of you simple-minded people are going to get to experience firsthand. But that's why I'm here, to bring this lecture to you. You're welcome. Anyway, the next time I thought about planets again was just 20 minutes later. I had no reason for it. I'm just that bright guy that thinks about this kind of stuff. And so the next topic is the sun. The sun is also the planet that creates other things, such as light. It sends out light. Let me take a sip of my drink right here. And it also sends out different messages, because the sunlight, the biggest of them all, of all the planet's light, is also it's not always the same. It basically sends out messages that you're supposed to be happy and supposed to enjoy the sunlight, as long as this sunlight is getting to you, of course, which is what part of the day correct? The daytime. And so you learned a whole bunch about planets. The history of the planetary science, as I like to call it, of which I am a prominent disciple, is clearly very hard to understand for people like you, who are simple. But it's okay, everybody's. And the first planet that was discovered in 1725 on the 6th of April 1728 by John Jupiter. His real name is not clear to us because he named himself after he wanted to be called after the planet he just discovered, and everybody was very proud of him. There's this one story where John Jupiter came back into his house. He was living with his family, of course. And they said to him, "John, you look like you made a big discovery. You have a smile in your eyes." And John said, "Well, yes, haven't you heard already? I just discovered Jupiter." And his wife and his kids and another friend of his that he knew that he met at a sporting event all said to him, "Congratulations, John! This is amazing. You're the first planet discovered. You have discovered the first planet." And John Jupiter went on to become one of the most famous scientists to ever live in this world, at least. And he discovered many other things, such as an object outside of this Earth. It is among other planets, and it's shaped like a little log. It's cylinder shaped. So this is all that is still known about the historical first planet that was discovered, with the unmatched genius of this brave man. And this, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our episode on planets. Tune in again next time for another episode of Extreme Science Daily, the daily science podcast. I've been your host, ESD, and I wish you all a wonderful day.